to all the Pisceans out there. Hello and welcome. Welcome to this general horoscope of December 2012 for Pisceans. And what a month for all the mutable signs. What an interesting, exciting month this is going to be. I'm going to mention also just a tiny little bit around Christmas time, New Year's Eve, what is going to happen if you are celebrating it. If not, it can be just as interesting as well, I hope. But let's get started with what are the planets doing for Pisceans during the month of December. Well, there is so many interesting stuff going on. I talked already about a lot of months ago, I think, talking about the combination of Neptune and Saturn. And I feel I'm repeating myself, but it's true. I see a lot of Pisceans that have that Pisceans. They do have these characteristics. Most Pisceans, I think, that they are enormously understanding towards other people. And if there is one sign, in my point of view, that is a strong sign, it is a Piscean. Because they keep on swimming, basically. They just keep on swimming. And they have swum through many, many waters in their lives, mostly. So, and that's a good thing for other people, because they are so understanding. Now, the thing that is annoying for most Pisceans is that they don't always get the understanding back of other people. And why am I talking about this? Because this month, December, is going to be a month, and especially towards the last 2 weeks of the month, especially last week actually, that there is going to be a change in that, but not a change without its challenges. So expect that there will be, that things will be very more clearing up for you, considering that understanding that you're getting from other people. So that's good. That's really, really good. But what is happening in those other 3 weeks? Well, there is, and you're very familiar with that, there is, for all the mutable signs, so including you, there is this Neptune stuff going on. And it's only a couple of weeks. It's actually around the 16th, or maybe a bit earlier, around the 11th, the 12th, the 13th of the month, and going on until about the 21st or 22nd of the month. So Neptune is a wonderful planet. It's about the divine. It's about connections with all there is. But the flip side of it is confusion. So, and there's going to be some confusion during those days, but you're Piscean, I think you can cope very well with that. You're familiar with that, I guess. Neptune is in your sign, and particularly for those who have planets around 0 and 5 degrees of Pisces, so an ascendant or a sun or a moon, or even a Venus or Mars or Mercury, so they will feel that the most. This is Neptune in their house, and of course Neptune is all about trying to get the ideal situation and trying to plug into that. And with Neptune in your sign, my goodness, I see so many Pisceans who are really plugged in now, and who are really plugged in with, some call it the higher consciousness, some call it a big understanding, and you are already naturally a sign that understands a lot, but that is connected with all there is. And this only in itself is a bit of magic actually. And but the trick is that during this month there is this Saturn that is really going to make sure, Saturn in Scorpio, so it is trining to your sign. This is really going to make sure that you stay with feet on the ground, and that you are going to put a bit of magic on planet Earth. So that is really wonderful. That is a big thing. But it's also a very challenging thing. And this is going to be happening around those days that I talked about. Because Neptune is squaring up to Mercury and Venus in your 10th house. So, what is this all about? It's about confusion. And it's not that you're going to be confused. I think it's more going to be that other people are going to get confused by you. And it's related to your work. So, and I think that a lot of Pisces are going to say, oh no, not again. Because you're so used to it that you are misunderstood. And, but the only thing I can advise to you is to be aware of your intentions. And if you do that, you can't go wrong actually, I think. If you are as much as aware as you can with your intentions, particularly concerning your communication, because Venus is in the 10th and it rules your 3rd house of communication. So it could be that when it considers work, the 10th house, there is a bit of confusion going on. And it also considers other people, because Mercury rules your 7th house and they're in the 10th. So when you're working with other people, maybe you are an attorney, maybe you are a doctor, or maybe you are a therapist, or maybe you just work one-to-one, with the best intention of the world, the best of intentions of the world, people can misinterpret you. Is that the word? Misinterpret? People can just not get it. You know, you can be a doctor and say, you know, you have to do this and that, and people are taking it completely wrong. So be aware of that. That could be the case. And I think it's going to be considering your work. And if you don't have a job, there's going to be confusion around the job. You see, Neptune is already confusing my speech. And so just be aware of it. It's nothing bad, it's just very annoying. And it can be frustrating. So, if you are planning to do anything new, considering your work, maybe a new project, or maybe something new that you want to launch, if you can't wait, you'll have to do it, of course, and you're the captain of your ship, so you decide. But I would suggest, if it can wait, I would wait after the 20th, just to launch something completely new, because the chances that people are going to misinterpret it, it's going to be smaller. So and that's nice with Neptune transits, when they're going on, it's all confusion time, but when they're away or when they're done, there is clarification. So I expect that around the 20th, 21st is going to be a clearing up, considering all these things that I was talking about, and that is nice. So so that's good. So that's something to focus on. Now, what is going on with Christmas time, and what is going on with New Year's Eve? You know, the seasonal thing going on, Well, I think, I know that for a lot of people, and I smile now because I know that for a lot of people, Christmas time, you know, it's family time. It's with a lot of people, or sometimes with a lot of people, or maybe you have a small family or a small group of friends, it doesn't matter, but a lot of times alcohol is involved and people are getting emotional, people are talking about things that have been going on for a long time. So I know that a lot of people have a bit of fear considering these days, because they are confronted with themselves during those days. But for you Pisceans, I have good news. I think with Jupiter in that 4th house of yours, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a funny Christmas. I think you are going to be funny, and I think you are going to tell your truth through your funniness. If I hope you understand what I mean. I mean that Jupiter, I associate Jupiter with fun. because Jupiter not only rules you, Pisces, but also Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is a funny sign, and it's in Gemini, which is also kind of a funny sign. So Jupiter in your 4th house is good for events like Christmas and New Year's Eve. I think you're going to be, in many ways, show who you are, but in a funny way, and using your sense of humor, actually. So that is very, very nice. I think, you know, sometimes we can say things better in a way with a sense of humor, and people laugh, but at the same time they understand what you're talking about. It's going to be a bit like that, I think. What else? What else? Around Christmas, I mean the 25th of December, if you're celebrating Christmas, it's also the moon is in Gemini. So this is again in your 4th house. So again, a gathering with family or friends, and getting, you know, a lot of talk. Maybe a lot of funny discussions going on. So that's something to look forward to. And the 28th of December, there's a full moon, a very special full moon, because it's at 7 degrees of Cancer. So it's triggering this Pluto-Uranus square again. And if you're a Piscean, and I'm now just again watching very quickly, I do prepare these things, I really do. It doesn't look like it, but I do. So with for you, this is also important, because this moon trines Pisces. So especially when you have got planets between 6, 7, 8, 9 degrees of Pisces, you're gonna feel it, and it makes a beautiful trine with your planet in, or your ascendant in Pisces. And this is going to be a very emotional moment, and a moment of culmination for many people. Culmination of many things that are going on. And for Pisceans, this moon is in your 5th house, so it's about your creativity. Something is going on with your aspirations and creativity, and it's coming to a culmination at the end of the month. Maybe it is linked with that Neptune stuff that was going on, and that is going to clear up. So a very interesting, not boring month for the Pisceans for the month of December. I wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and wish you all the luck, good wishes, and hope you enjoy it. And I'll see you next month. Bye bye, Pisceans. Bye bye.